Howdy there, folks, and welcome to Caves of Qud. Caves of Qud is a game that is a bit retro, certainly in its layout of presentation, but also in its subject matter. This is the science fantasy genre, which some of you may know from games like Gamma World, the RPG, or some of you may know it from books such as Gene Wolfe's Books of the New Earth or New Sun series, Dying Earth genre. This is a setting that is interesting because it is definitely post-apocalyptic, if not post-collapse, and dying Earth or dying world at its base, but also about exploration. It's a world of a lot of unknowns where there's technology and seeming magic left over from a bygone era. And I find that Caves of Qud's presentation as an RPG is sublime. The soundtrack is wonderful. It's ambient as shit. It's really joyful and just kind of provokes a feeling of nostalgia and dread. The game in its presentation is decidedly retro. It does appear to be like an older game, and simpler. But as far as roguelikes go, Caves of Qud is very approachable, though I am not good at it. So, while I have played this before on stream and many other things, I want you guys to join me for a few adventures. I think you'll enjoy it as much as I do, even though I largely predict this will end in my doom, demise, and flailing about in search for meaning or purpose. So kind of like life, I guess. Here we go. So they've changed character creation a bit since I've last played, and that's fine, because a game that can reinvent itself is always pleasing. I know there's roleplay where you can checkpointed settlements and continue until you win, but I am a Space Station 13 guy, and I don't think the purpose of a game like this is to win. I think it's just to play. So let's go and make a new character. We have two basic choices here. Mutated humans, or we can play as Truekin, which start with cybernetics. So largely the consensus among my friends and people in the BPL who play this game are that you play mutated human until you figure out what the fuck you want to do, and then you play Truekin, which is a little more straightforward. Mutated human it is. Choices. Ooh. Now I can definitely get my Dark Tower going here with a gunslinger. Alright, let's choose some physical mutations. Well, you can be a Birdman. Flaming hands is always great, but I have guns, so I'm going to go with night vision and regeneration, so I can see in the dark and I can regenerate, which is pretty cool. And let's go with multiple arms, so we can just shoot everything with all the guns, because more guns is better. And let's see, the other choices. I know everyone has their favorites in this, and I recommend you play this game to build your own little weird world. Two heads, two-hearted? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do two-hearted. 2 hearts and 4 arms. Time to kick ass and chew bubblegum. Alright, let's go to the next one, shall we? Now, we have a lot of points to distribute, which is fine, because you're going to hear me using the keyboard a lot here. Which is definitely in the spirit of the game. And those of you who are not cool with keyboard commands will find that this game is not so hard with keyboard commands. This game is actually quite easy to figure out. This is a lot easier to play than, say, Dwarf Fortress Adventure Mode, so don't be afraid. Let's learn together. Name. Ooh, God. That's a good one. Let's see. Let's see. Ah, yes. I got one. Johnny 4 Guns. My objective is going to be to get 4 guns here. Now you can choose multiple little places where you can start. I typically start in the town I know, which was the old default start, which is fine enough. Alright, creating world. Here we go. There's all sorts of wonderful quotes that kind of help do the show don't tell history of the world. It's not like most RPGs where there's a glut of lore that's just fire hosed down your throat. It's provided with little pieces or slivers of context that you shave from your passing of things, which is interesting. Let us begin. On the 14th of Nivon Ut, you arrive at the oasis hamlet of Joppa, along the far rim of Mograyi, the great salt desert. All around you, moisture farmers tend to groves of Viridian water vine. There are huts wrought from rock salt and brine stalk. On the horizon, Qud's jungles strangle chrome steeples and rusted archways to the earth. Further and beyond, the fabled spindle rises above the fray and pierces the cloud-ribboned sky. So there's a little bit of world that's described here. The spindle is like an old orbital elevator. This is a world that once produced megalithic architecture and has now fallen. Oh yeah, there's a guy screaming. He seems like a fun guy. The zealot yells, "Look to the north, journey to the 6-day stilt and pay homage to your saviors." No. So I'm going to walk into town here. I'm going to close that door and I'm going to steal that. Yep, cloth overalls got it. Alright, going to break into this house. Just some baskets. No, thank you. Going to smash over here, close that door, and then I'm going to, oh wow. Yeah, taking that. Alright, where are we going? Oh, there's a kitty. Alright, so Tesiphus, the cat, always pet. You pet him. Tesiphus meows. You start to glow. Active effects, lower left-hand corner, phosphorescent. How cool is that? There's a farmer going about his business. He's leaving his house. Ah, Tam, Dromad merchant. Welcome, human. What do you desire? I'm Johnny 4 Guns. Who are you? 'Tis a pleasure, friend Johnny 4 Guns. I am Tam. Do you live here? Joppa is my home, yes. Once I walked the Mograyi like so many of my brethren, but upon meeting Elder Irudad, knew at once to settle down here. You will understand, friend, if you speak to him. Alright, I could just repeat the first thing like I have brain damage. I am Johnny 4 Guns. Who are you? I am Johnny 4 Guns. Who are you? The Bethesda effect. Alright, what kind of creature are you? He says, I am a Dromad, friend, a salt strider. My people have walked the salt for thousands of years, meeting every creature that lives and thinks. You will not find better, more resourceful traders in all of Qud than we. The standard greeting in these parts is live and drink, but instead we will go to trade. I have 234 bullets, which is insufficient because I'm going to go through them like shit through a goose. So I'm going to sell my cloth overalls. The beetle jerky I'm keeping. I don't need torches because I see in the dark. I'm keeping some of these health things. I'm going to sell this compound bow. And I'm going to hit offer. And the trade medium is drams of water. If you don't know what a dram is, ask your whiskey drinking friends. Alright. Now that I have that, I'm going to see what guns he has. Doesn't look like he has... Oh, another chrome revolver. That is pretty pricey. I will come back when I have more things to sell, or steal, rather. Alright, we're going to go into this farmer's house, and we're going to look into his stuff. Oh, he has some stuff. That's nice. And if ever you get curious as to what you have, you can hit I into your inventory. And to go between panes of your character sheet, it's 7 and 9, which is fairly easy, just left and right. So you can go into your inventory, and then you can go select an item, and you can hit look to find out what the fuck it is. A salt hopper chip, chitin shaved from the exoskeletal flank of a caught salt hopper and dry beaten into a snappy crisp. So, you just have your little things that you can look at if you want. I'm going to speak here to the warden. Ain't they wishing the heart keep pumping? Move along if they do. Well, you seem kind of mean. I'm going to begin the water ritual. There we go. I've increased my reputation with these people. Your reputation with the Fellowship of the Wardens is increased by 100 to -50 because they admire Warden Ulreg. Your reputation with the villagers of Joppa increased. Excellent. Let's go trade. He has nothing to trade. Very well. Goodbye, Water Brother. Hope all is well. Make sure the police don't want to stove your head in. Elder Irudad, live and drink wayfarer. Welcome to the oasis of Joppa. Here you will find shade and victual, along with other provisions to help you better scour the rust caves for treasure. Above all else, you may drink of our fresh water and quench your thirst. What a nice guy. Let's do the water ritual. And oh boy, things are going better. Look at that. Villagers go up, and reputation with other villagers has decreased because they probably don't like him that much, and they've heard that you're sharing water. So they're like, what a dick. Alright, now that I've had some more coffee, you can use your reputation to actually get secrets or all sorts of fun things from people. He also sells some interesting stuff like books on occasion, which is nice. I'm going to sell these copper nuggets. Those are trade goods. Burnt capacitor is scrap. You can craft in this game, which is pretty neat. But the stuff you make is pretty wild. Alright, there we go. Oh, he gave me some... yeah, nice. Okay. Let's go and speak with this guy over here. This guy's the crazy tinkerer of the village, and he's kind of a dick, so he's mumbling to himself, Argive. Tinsel's strength of Reblon, but lacking in dino elasticity, retro-threading the M-band would probably. Oh, I didn't notice you there. That's because I was ignoring you. See, he's kind of a dick. Nothing a trace of synthetic linseed solvent. Yeah, let's get into talking with him. He's gonna keep rambling. And so he clears his throat loudly after, you know, you've intruded upon his workshop and just probably stared at the back of his head. Must you disturb me? What are you, some sort of treasure hunter? At the very least, make yourself useful and bring me a knick-knack from one of the caves. I may reward you. Oh, where can I find caves? There are caves everywhere, you don't. This is Qud. Try the rust wells just east of here. I will return with your knick-knack. Now, what's funny is, if you've already looted the houses, you typically pick one up. So what you can do then is you can go to him and say, hey, here's your knick-knack, weird artifact, boom, handled. He's like, now fetch me another one. Kind of a dick. But if we look at the top, we have 75 of 220 XP to go up. And that's quite nice. So, I'm going to show you guys a little trick that I learned myself. But I'm sure has probably already been shared 100 different times through 100 different medium. If you go north of their little water wheel here, you'll see that little crack in the rocks that just appeared. You'll see that little crack right there. You hit plus to go through it. And guess what? Secret. So, let's go explore the underworld. Okay, let's take a look. Wet bad. So you can look at things and find out if they're neutral. Oh. So there's something that just killed the bad. Jilted lover. Verderous. Shiri, mottled with thorns, reach for the warmth of a body. They hug the air in desperation. These are thorn bushes that suck. I'm going to feed them bullets. Handled. Lower right-hand corner, down here, you can actually see your guns and their loadout. The game has lots of beautiful little reminders now that it used to not. Also, we're wading through salty water. That item on the ground is a small boulder. I'm going to shoot this other plant, which is not really a great way of pruning things in real life, though I am aware Jeremy Clarkson did prune a tree with a 12 gauge. Okay, I'm being shot at. There we go. So this thing is kind of a bastard. Seed-spitting vines. Basically just shoots at people. I'm gonna shoot back because my guns are better. The problem is that, undealt with, they will quickly make you very dead. Ah, this little guy. Dreadroot. So as you walk by it, it can freak you out. I shot at it, but it really didn't do anything. I largely did it to make myself feel better. Alright, just shot another jilted lover. I'm going to walk through all of this. Oh my dear. Aha! Looks like a stray dog. I think that is a stray dog. Yeah, feral dog. Snarling mess of matted hair. It's just gonna sit there and hang out while it's fighting the bat. I'm going to pet the feral dog, and it barks. Now there is a, one of those plants up there. But the feral dog ran interference and got it for me. Good boy. The dogs are running around doing dog stuff, which is just biting and barking, which is fine. This happens in this setting quite frequently. So I found another set of stairs going down. Going down in Qud is, an interesting experience, to say the least. Now, I have just leveled up, which is fun, so I'm going to continue. I have 82 skill points to spend. I have a Kimbo already in this. These are starting skills, but probably going to take Wayfaring next so I don't get lost in the woods, which is a hazard in Qud. Oh man, that dog is just tearing shit up. He don't give a fuck. He's just doing what he do. He's like, I bark, I bite. Ah, a chest. Short bow and a failed energy relay. I will take them. I will enjoy... Oh, what do we got here? A snapjaw. Tussocks of fur dress skin stretched over taut muscle. Upright she stands, but she looks ready to drop onto fours. Her snout snarls and her ears twitch. She barks, and her hyena tribeskin answer. Well, I will answer myself. The gun has spoken. Alright. I take the Snapjaw corpse. I did not mean to do that. I thought they had loot, but you can just carry around bodies and eat them if you want. If you play as a mutant with certain skills, you can pretty much eat anything whole, which is kind of neat. And the dogs are running around doing dog stuff. I'm not gonna get involved there. I'm gonna let them do their best, and I'm just gonna go down these stairs. Oh, someone just shot at me. I wouldn't do that. Ow. There you go. Handled. Now, if you want, you can shoot everything and pick fights with everything. You don't have to. Killing everything in Qud is optional. Not necessary. You can also destroy a lot of things that you don't think are destroyable. But we'll get to that. Is this bat is chasing me. It's not bulletproof, so I'm not really worried. Looks like I have another set of stairs down, which is alarming. Ah, more stuff. So note that some of the bats may decide to fight you. The dogs are pretty cool with me, probably because I pet one. Wow, I shot both of them at the same time. That's badass. I was aiming at that plant, but I hit both. Ah. Johnny Forgotten. A giant centipede. Yeah, that's not good. But it's not bulletproof either. Johnny Four Guns only has 2 guns, but no one needs to know that. Alright, let's do make camp. Yep. We're going to learn make camp, mines, compass. We're going to try to get less lost as we go on. And I'm going to try to slowly get some better skills here. Also, if we go into there's skills, but there's also the character sheet. I have 1 attribute point I can get up, which is important. I'm going to go with by toughness, because I think that will help. Now, I have mutations I can increase in their power, But I can also buy random new ones, which can be governed by your starting skills, which is hilarious. I'm going to go ahead and get regeneration up, because that keeps me alive, and can even get me new arms should those be lost. There, handled. That bat seems to be fine with me. I'm not going to pick the fight. Some bats won't. Looks like I have multiple offstage exits to different areas, which can be problematic. Getting lost in the Caves of Qud is dangerous. Whoops. I walked through that bat and then just decided to beat it to death. I'm presuming my guy pistol whipped it with one of his 4 arms. The dog is fine. Dog's just running around doing dog stuff. Alright. You know what? Let's go down. Let's go down. Oh. There we go. Let's go down another level. Ah, what do we got here? A cave spider. Not good. Not bulletproof. Oh man. I'm getting hit with all sorts of stuff. I'm gonna go hide in the corner. Got charged by a snapjaw, which is not great. But that's okay. I took his stuff, and my regeneration should help. There's another seed-spitting vine. Okay, that beetle? Is he cool with me? Beetle bum. Yeah, he's fine. He doesn't give a shit. I'm just gonna leave him alone. Live and let live, you know? Don't pick fights you don't have to. Life advice from Caves of Qud. Okay, this could be a problem. Horned chameleon. Ah, yes. Has a little bony forehead. Alright. Not bulletproof either. Gun has spoken. Ah, loot. I will enjoy. Another seed-spitting vine. Get fucking dunked on. Oh man, they are just shooting at me like crazy. Snapjaw. Ooh, leather moccasins. And an iron sword. That one also not bulletproof. A sap mask and an engraved bronze dagger. That's nice. And someone is just throwing lead at me. Unfortunately, I had to shoot the dogs as they were in the way, but such measures happen in Qud. Looks like we have multiple options of offstage exits. It seems like they keep coming out of, Oh, found a weird artifact. Excellent. I'm curious as to what's over here. Because a lot of this is procedurally generated, so you never know what you're going to run into. Now that little seahorse-looking thing in the middle of the road there is a wet glowfish. It's fairly docile, so we're not going to fuck with it. Killing a few more of them giant centipedes, because fuck those guys. Don't care for them. Not for me. I'm going to get some more wayfaring skills, because getting lost is bad. And if we get enough of these, some of these are harder. I don't have the intelligence for them, but that's fine. It will help me long term. Okay, now we have a new contender. Wet-plated knollworm. This is not so great. Hardened under the pressure of shale into armored plates. Let's see if it's bulletproof. Nope. Not much is. I'm noticing in the upper left hand... Wow. Scalding steam just hit me. That's not so great. And it just evaporated the water there. So, there are some other things that can act upon you. Ah. We have a new issue here. Giant amoeba. Not great. Not bulletproof. Somebody is lighting these things down here on fire. There's a spider in the corner. I've just shot everything. Uh-oh. What do we got here? Wet flashbang miner. Stilt pistons fire an alternating quattro and tote the miner and her mines in esoteric patterns across the ground. When her topographic instincts are sated, a hatch opens and she lays her explosive egg. A robot left doing what it does, which I just blew up and just stepped on one of the mines. Not great. I've become confused. Not so great. What the fuck? Oh, you pass by a sprouting orb and a puddle of slimy, diffuse salt. Looks like I have just become somewhat entangled. Interesting. Not bulletproof, though. Seems like I can't escape. I must find a way out. Actually, I could probably make camp down here, which is kind of fun. See? I just got out. All I had to do was shoot. There's all sorts of bad things going on. Some various effects at play. So I'm going to try to be quick in my underground meanderings. Ah, spider. Fuck off. Gotcha. Uh-oh, what do we have here? An eyeless crab? And a bear. This is not good. Now I need to run. I was killed by a bloody eyeless crab. Oh, so goes Caves of Qud. Howdy there, folks, and welcome again to a new life in Caves of Qud. So, classic, new, mutated. Let's be a psychopath. Oh, customs and foreclose, intimidate and proselytize? Yeah, sounds good to me. Physical mutations. I will take night vision for the sake of seeing in the dark. But this guy's going to be all about brains. So let's go with pyrokinesis, praise Zorg, and let's go with, let's see, force bubble, yeah, that'll help. And then let's see, kindle, small fires are interesting. Mental X back in my attackers. Let's see, telepathy. Ah, yes, teleport other. That's always fun. That, send people on a nice trip, you know what I mean? Alright, so let's get our ego up to high, because that will help your, things do well with the brain powers. Alright. There we go. Ego is 22, which is pretty high, which is pretty neat. And it means our starter stuff is quite nice. I'm going to be... let's see. Ah, yes. The Mighty Blasto. You gotta live up to a name like that. Great name for a setting like Caves of Qud. Alright, let us take a look at this monster we've created. Start off with some goat jerky, torch, witchwood bark, you know, I have some cloth robes. I wear a wreath on my head, which, if you want to know why, let's look. Because it's nice, apparently. I have a staff, which is useless. I'll be getting rid of that. You can also check your reputations here. You'll find that some people just don't like you. You can also tinker and build here, which is nice. Ah, boy. My guy is not that great. But I do have pyrokinesis, which, as it goes up, allows you to burn things with your brain. Which, as skills go, is pretty cool. Time to rob some houses. we're just gonna go in here and, yeah, take that weird artifact. Oh, there goes the nice village elder. I'm gonna take all that, and then, There's also a quest here that I forgot to get last time. I'm in search of work. And he's like, some critters are eating our water vine. Farouk claims he saw one slinking around a vine patch. Ugly little thing, he says. Pale white, 8 legs, and ear-splitting whine. I noticed a bit of red dirt in the water vine pool. The same we find at the soil at a nearby cave to the north we call Red Rock. Travel to Red Rock and kill as many of these critters as you can. Bring back the corpse of one, too. Elder Irudad will reward you for your efforts. I can act like a medieval knight if I want. I will perform no such peasant's task. Or, oh, yeah, sure, no problem. Be reasonable. I mean, this is a setting of hardship. Okay, let's go ahead and take this, because I have 2 artifacts now that I can talk to Ding Dong here. And I can be like, hey, let's trade. Actually, let's go into what he wants. And he says, oh, bring me a knickknack. And I go, here you go. Weird artifact. Now go get another one. Here you go. Got another one. Free level. Now he's saying, good, quite impressive, treasure hunter. Maybe you're fit to poke around my workshop here. I've been wanting another apprentice. So unfortunate what happened to Screff, what with the disembowelment and all. Take a seat there. And I'm like, alright. Now let me explain. I'm on the cusp of a grand discovery. When I'm done assembling the weird wire conduit, you'll be able to speak to anyone from here to Caiaphas. First, though, I'm going to need some copper wire. As much as you can find, at least 200 feet. Should be able to scavenge enough from the rust wells in nearby caves. As you say, to Red Rocks we go, to find things. Things that make us go. Oh, almost forgot the most important part. Need to pet the cat, right? See, Mehmet pets Tacitus, and yeah, that's how you do it. Everyone knows to pet the cat. Listen to what people suggest here. Alright, let's go in here. I am the mighty Blasto. Gotta let people know what you're about. Now, let's get into our inventory. I don't need torches because my eyes see in the fucking dark. I'm gonna let the scrap go. And then I'm going to, let's see, armor? Chainmail. Yeah. No, I only need 1 of those. Yeah, that ought to work. I'm gonna wear some chainmail. I could buy a musket if I wanted. I think I will go instead with just what I have for now. You have to pony up some water, but should be fine. So I can go into here, and chainmail I can equip manual, and I will put it on my body. There we go. And then I can sell my cloth robe, which I am no longer wearing. See? Chainmail. It's all about little things here. Let's go ahead and sell this. I have 2 cloth robes. I'm going to sell somebody's clothes. He's like, yes, I'll buy them. And I'm like, you fucking bastard, you better. Alright. Actually, I wouldn't call him that. He seems like a guy with connections. I'm instead now going to go north. Welcome to the map of Caves of Qud. You can see the spindle here, the elevator, and you can find all sorts of things out on the Great Salt Desert. Mainly your doom. So we're going to go north, and we're going to go to Red Rock. Okay, there is a baboon. Now, baboons are typically not nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach into my little abilities here. And I can proselytize, you know, if I want. I can proselytize and be like, listen here. Oh, he already threw something at me. It's on. It is fucking on. All right, let's see. Toast. We're gonna use toast. Good day, baboon. Enjoy your flames. And he's gone. Simple as. Now I know there's buttons at the bottom for my abilities. I'm not used to that in this build of Caves of Qud. I'm used to instead other things. You'll notice the time going down on a lot of my skills. And what that is, my time going down is how many turns. Every little movement is a tick on that. You have to be careful with some of your magical abilities because they are not instant. They take a bit of time to recharge. Uh-oh. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put our force bubble on. Yeah, fuck off. And then I'm going to set you on fire. See? Now I have a force bubble, and he's on fire. I pass by some ashes. Indeed I do. Alright, let's go to our inventory here, and go into our equipment. I have a staff for basic melee, but not that great. Let's go into, we already have make camp, I think. You do not have the skill associated. Let's see. Ooh. Convincing others? Yeah, wayfaring. Yes. So now I can slowly unlearn how fucked up the world is. Or slowly figure out how lost I am. Which is kind of an issue. Character sheet. Let's see. I have 2 mutation points. So let's get that into pyrokinesis. I may not advance it yet. Unfortunate. I can, for 4 mutation points, I can buy a random mutation, but probably not going to. Instead, I'm going to get my agility bonus up. 16 is the baseline. Otherwise, you're running into negatives. Next will be toughness. So keep that in mind. Oh, ow. Ow. I'm gonna run a little bit. They're all throwing rocks at me. Man, getting tired of these damn dirty apes. Oh, God. Alright, you know what? I will play Zorg with you, brother. Here you go. Not so tough when you're on fire. Actually, he's still very tough, but I bonked him with my stick, and that handled him pretty well. So here we go. Oh. Throwing another rock at me. Force bubble on. Yeah, what you gonna do about it? I'm cool, you're not. Fire. Yeah, see? Oh, shit. There we go. He almost had me there for a minute. I'm gonna need to make camp here. But, oh god. Looks like that goat just smashed someone to pieces. So I'm gonna go into my abilities here, and I'm gonna make camp. And at my camp, I'm gonna whip up a meal. Rummaging over your surroundings, you find these ingredients. A chopped ichor merchant's feet, a declared diaphanous wing, and an ichor merchant's feet. You toss them in a pot and stir. You eat the meal. That's a bit grim. That's a bit grim. I've done some bachelor cooking in my day, but that's up there. Okay, we have 3 now attacking me, which is not nice at all. So I'm going to set that one on, I'm going to set that one on fire. Oh god, the mighty Blasto may be dead soon. I intimidated them. He is overcome with terror. And I was killed. Red rock hazing ritual. What a day. Let's go play as Truekin. These people come from fallen arcologies or other such places. If you don't know what an arcology is, think Mega City 1 in terms of Judge Dredd. Giant megalithic ecumenopolises and buildings. And some of these places have survived the collapse of Qud, at least in part. These people tend to have cybernetics and technology, and are a little more quote-unquote civilized than the other wastelanders you'll run into. But these people are also just really neat. So, let's see. Deploy turret, that's fun. You have to feed the monster, but it's fun. Praetorians are neat. You get a lot of fun things with a Praetorian. You also get rifle skills. Eunuch, unfortunate profession, I guess. Child of the Hearth, see. Plus 3 strength, heat resistance, cudgel, slam, heavy weapon. Quite nice. A lot of options here. You know what? I'm gonna go smash things. The world does not wait for those who are frail of heart. I'm gonna try to get all my stuff at least 0. And then I'm gonna boost the remaining into strength. Today is the day we smash stuff. Now, being true kin means you get these cybernetic implants, which are kind of neat. Hit point, armor, dodge values, dermal insulation, which is quite nice. You can get all sorts of those. Night vision, ability to see in the dark. Ooh, man. Throw range is increased. Translucent skin. Gross. That's very gross. Oh yes, stabilizer arm lock, so you can shoot like RoboCop. Rapid release finger flexors, so you can Bob Munden people. Be a speed draw guy. Carbide hand bones, which is quite interesting. We got that. Let's see. Air current microsensor, you can tell where things are in terms of up and down in elevation. So I'm gonna go with, let's see, optical bioscanner. Let's go ahead and do that so we can size up what's trying to kill us. My face has a scanner in it, and I will be known as Jim Adler. For those of you who grew up in Texas will remember Jim Adler, the Texas Hammer. I believe that was his name. He was a lawyer who had commercials on TV. Not quite as weird as Better Call Saul stuff, but he always said that, you know, I will hammer for your justice. I remember that growing up in Texas. I think he's still doing it. Which means either he's pretty good or, I don't know, popular. Alright, let me grab some stuff. I'm going to need torches this time because I cannot see in the dark. But first I have to pet the cat. Tessiphus needs that sort of love, you know. Gotta be nice to the kitty. But first we have to steal from these strangers. And then we're going to go get our quests, alright? Here's your knick-knack. I have all sorts of neat injectors and stuff, which is fun. I'll give him that one. Wait. Rename the steel gauntlets. Oh, you know what? He gave me some steel gauntlets, so choose a random name from your own culture. Oh. You know what? I'm gonna make them all black and dark and metal. Ah, go fetch me another trinket. Yeah, no problem. Here's your knick-knack. You know what? I'll give him Sphinx Salt. Alright. I'm gonna go get the wire now. So, let's look into our inventory a bit. We have a chem cell here, which is pretty neat. What this allows me to do is, let's take a look at it. It's a common energy cell, which if I find something that uses this, I already have one. There are all sorts of little fun things that hint at deeper technology in this. I'm wearing bark armor though, so, well, I think I am. I'll have to check. Now the blaze injector, let's take a look. A slender metal tube used to deliver various tonics directly into the bloodstream. Yeah, so it gives me heat resistance and I cannot be frozen. Interesting. Also, heat damage is increased. Nice. Honey, Hulk honey. That sounds like a odd brand name for something a little lewd. But let's see. Ah, strength and temporary hit points. Quite nice. Immune to fear. And this is not the greatest because all of these have slight drawbacks, as you know. S, love injector. Let's go ahead and look. Ah, unusually amorous for about half a day. These are like those gas station Rhino 6969 pills, you know. You can also inject other people with it, and they become like love potion number 9. They just love you for a bit. It's kind of neat. Or fucked up, however you want to see it. For an RPG, neat. If it was a real item in real life, Jesus Christ. Salve injector, you know. Hit points, recovery, that's nice. Shade oil injector. Let's take a look at what this does. Because even though I used to play this game a lot, I forget. Shit happens. You play a lot of different things and life happens. So you want to know what you're getting into before you just start ramming it up your arm. Phase out of the spatial dimension. Excellent. That's what you want in an injectable. Just something that allows you to phase out of space and time. For no reason. Alright. I'm Jim Adler, the Texas Hammer. Could you imagine that? Running into somebody in the wastes. It's already like a Gamma World game. I'm wearing a leather apron, so I'm going to remove that. And I'm going to go with the bark armor. Head, I'm going to put a wreath on there. Face, nothing. Do I have anything for the back? No. Right arm? No. No. Left arm? No. Let's see. I have a defoliant grenade that I can chuck on people. And I've got these cool gauntlets, so I'm a badass. Alright, let's trade with this guy. I'm going to get rid of these wooden arrows. The apron's neat and all, but I don't need it. I'm going to keep them torches, because I'm probably going to need them. And I already have a weapon, but I'm probably going to need to pick up something a lot better. So I'm going to hope to get my water here. 64 drams of fresh water. Trade complete. So let's get into our inventory here. Because I got a steel mace, which is really decent for starting. Now I'm going to get the quest here. Trade. No, not trade. Aha. And search for work. And we're going to go... Ooh, I almost fucked that up. There we go. Let us go north. Ah, yes. There's a statue over here, so we're going to look at this. Shrine to Reshef, the last sultan. The shrine depicts a significant event from the life of the ancient Sultan Reshef. In 3 AR, Reshef cleansed the marshlands of the plagues of the Gyre, and taught Abram to sow water vine along its fertile tracks. Perfect. Oh, neat. Oh, what's this sign say? To graveyard and shrine. Got it. See, there's a graveyard, and you can go in there and... You know what? Let's go in there and take a look around. In loving memory of Yi Rula, covered in molten wax by urchins. Jesus. Alright, here lies the body of Kaim Shwula, thrown off a cliff by bears. If I read that in somebody's graveyard, I'd say that person lived a life. Alright. In loving memory of Teru Mir, drowned in a lake by an unpronounceable No. Here lies the body of Yila. Sat on a freeze grenade, Mark 1. I'm glad they were that specific. Oh, here's the Mark 67. Good year. Alright, let's see. A little shrine here. The shrine depicts a significant event from the life of the ancient Sultan, Umed. On an expedition around Shad Castle, Umed was captured by bandits. She languished in captivity for 7 years, eventually escaping to the Frosty Observatory. Cool. And it's how I can visit a castle now. You can also desecrate these if you want, but I'm not a total dick yet. Oh, and I just got lost by going north. Son of a bitch. These are things that can happen in Caves of Qud. So let's go into our skills. We don't have enough to get wayfaring yet because we're stupid. At least by Qud sensibility. Alright, we're gonna just go across the salty water here. Yes, indeed. We're going to just keep going north as best we can. Because this is a salt marsh and I don't need to fight everything. There's crocodiles and all sorts of terrible things. See, shit's just dying over there without it. It's that crocodile over there doing business. Ah, regain my bearings. Found red rock. And the monkeys. Okay, you know what? I'm going to beat the shit out of these guys. No. Come here. Let's play a game. They're just running away from me. That's fine. I'm Jim Adler. I hit you so hard I gained a level. You damn dirty apes. I'm gonna have someone who tells me in the comments, they're technically not apes. They are of the simian... I'm not a scientist. I once said on a stream, because Mike on the Courtesy Flush had one of his friends on there. And one of his friends, you know... Ooh, endurance, that could be handy. One of his friends is an actual... scientist, You know, one of them space scientists, an astronomer, PhD and everything. And so she was being asked by chat, you know, space facts. And wow, my health just dropped, so I'm going to take my salve here. I may die regardless. That is a tough one. But I gained my levels back and barely survived. But yeah, people were saying space facts. I felt left down. So I offered the fact of my own. I said that, you know, space is at least 6 or 7 times larger than Manhattan. Oh, I believe this man wants to go out to the ball game. Wow, I missed. That is not so good. Alright. We're going Hulk mode. And I died. I am not the Hulk. I was bitten to death by a hulking baboon. Well, shows what I know, I guess. We'll see you next time, guys, and remember, there's plenty of great games out there. Try them out.
Let's all go to Cargonia, land of stolen things. Obey the quartermaster, unless he is a link. To Cargonia, land of stolen things. Obey the quartermaster, unless he is a link. Cognitive scar the station, find more shit to take. But the boss ain't never satisfied until the station breaks. Brave miners journey onward with pickaxe firm in hand. Check yourselves and not to die, big burning lava land. Seek praises to Cargonia, give graces old high priest. This is a place of refuge, so seek ye last released.
Lusty xenomorph maid was mating. Ian the HOP giving clown all access because the lizards had taken the station. The Hellman was not complete, the blob consuming the ship. A treat, medical could not clone anyone. Disrupted by the Taterus, Cuban Pete. Botany scrambled for gunfruit, lings and cultists and drakes abundant. The station was defenseless while security was beating all the robust assistants. The janitor scrambled to clean, the curator let out a tortured scream. The chef and bartender retreated to the only nation left on the scene. sea of guards he comes. Randolph checkers a man above. He stretches a hand, welcoming in a cigar-wielding, seasoned grin. Give me your tired, your weak, your poor, your stupid mind and your clowns galore. The door is open, revealing the garden Eden before you. Golden-hearted engineer and scientist vanguards, botanists and displaced bards. Take a step in, bask in the glory. Cargo techs treat you in a hurry. Fed and clothed, you smile wide. Just as a bomb detonates